watching KTV Channel 7 Omaha. More complete coverage. This is the most watched local news at 10. KTV News Watch 7.
Are they going to tear up our driveway? Are they going to pay us for what we've already paid to replace? We just put our driveway in.
A group of angry neighbors band together to fight a plan for a new bike trail. If completed, the trail would stretch right through their front yards. We hear from both sides in tonight's big story. Good evening, I'm Julie Cornell.
I'm Rob McCartney. The 2.25-mile trail would connect other pieces of the 80-some-mile trail spanning Douglas County. The Keystone East Connector Trail would stretch from Caron Park through a neighborhood to 45th and Dayton. Well, tonight, neighbors voiced their opposition to the trail. KATV News Watch 7's Brandy Peterson joins us live with our big story. Brandy?
Well, Rob and Julie, the city says that expanding sidewalks like this to create bike trails is becoming more and more common, and they say that groups like NRD and especially area cyclists approve of the idea. They think it's great. The problem many residents we heard from tonight, the problem they have is that paths like this are going to stretch right through their front yards. It's not the type of landscaping Kathy Sanchez had in mind.
My sidewalk then in my front yard, even though this is part of the city, becomes the bike trail. We lose this part, and we also lose our sidewalk.
Sanchez's sidewalk and many of her neighbors' sidewalks will be removed and replaced with an 8-foot wide trail made of concrete, the planned Keystone East Connector Trail.
Now we have to deal with trash that people may throw out from the bike trails. I've been down to this bike trail. I've seen beer bottles, hot bottles, I've seen arguments, I've seen fights. They don't happen in my front yard. I don't have to snowplow 8 extra feet of concrete.
Sanchez wants to know why here and why not here. She says a natural area for the path.
If you look where those trees are, there's actually almost a ledge built there.
The city's responsibility to maintain.
City Parks Director Steve Scarpello answered some of those questions Thursday night.
This trail has been in the city's plan since the mid-90s.
Scarpello says this is an important link connecting the city's other trails. And while trails out west can follow creek beds, designers have to get more unique in planning when they move into the city, especially when factoring in grading and property ownership.
Some of the section that are in front of some of the homes wasn't the original thought, but the other original going around the railroad all the way did not work.
Scarpello explained that and other details to concerned homeowners at a meeting Thursday night. He also told them they wouldn't maintain any of the trail other than snow removal. Some, including Sanchez, still aren't convinced.
The trail replaces the sidewalk.
So now I don't have a sidewalk.
So why it's a trail? It's an 8-foot trail.
Oh, so an 8-foot trail instead of a sidewalk.
Right.
And Scarpello tonight also made a comparison between the newly proposed trail and this one, Happy Hollow. And he said that when this was first proposed 5 or 6 years ago, he heard much of the same thing. Many people opposed. There was a lot of anger. They even held meetings like they did tonight. But he says now that it's been completed and people see it, he says he only gets compliments about it.
And what happens next then?
Well, Rob, at this point, it seems like it's pretty much a done deal. Funding is in place for the project, but Scarpello still says they do want that input from the community to see if they can make the trail better.
All right, Brandy Peterson reporting live. Thanks.
You're welcome.
New since 6, KETV News Watch 7 has learned the umpire involved in a shoving match at a youth baseball game will sue the parent accused of pushing him. This is Chuck Anderson from our story a couple